Learning Zilui Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basakim Maseches Gitin Perik Aleph Mishna Hey. So in Mishna Dala we said one way that Gitin and Shechuri Avadim have the same halacha. In this Mishnah we're going to say a second and a third way. The second way is Kol Get Sheyesh Alav Eid Kusi Puzzle. Any star that has an Eid Kusi signed on it is puzzle. Chutz me Gitin Shechuri Avadim. Gitin Shechuri Avadim, even though there's an Eid Kusi signed on it, is puzzle. So the Gemara that's a sign that we're talking about a case that Yisrael signed at the end after the Kusi. So if not for the Kusi being a chaver, the Yisrael would not have signed after him. So this halacha is only true by Gitin. Why? Because by Gitin there's a halacha that one aid can't sign without the other one, because of a gzeira of a case where you're going to say ha'omer kulchem. In the case where you say kulchem, they all have to sign. So therefore they're masaking that by all Gitin, the Eidim all have to be there b'shas l'chasima. So again, we're over here by Gitin Hashem Shechuri Avadim, where the halacha is that everyone had to be there. So now if there's an Eid Kusi on there before the Yisrael, so then we know that the Eid Kusi could be relied upon, because the Yisrael would not have signed afterwards unless the Eid Kusi was good. So that's the sheet of the Tanakama, that one Eid Kusi signing on it is good. Now the Mishnah continues, so it sounds like even both Eidim could be Eidei Kusim and it's still kosher. So Abaya changes the Mishnah to say that means one Eid, but Rava says that Rav Shimon Gamliel argues, and he says that even if there are two Eidim, it's going to be kosher, because Rav Gamliel held that Kusim are ichsik in the halacha of Gitin and Shecher, and therefore we could rely on them as being an aid. So this is the second halacha, where Gitin Hashem Shecher Avadim have the same halacha. The third case is Kol Hashtaras Ha'olam Be'Karkais Shel Goyim Afal Pi Shechesmeim Goyim Ksherim. So every star, like a star matana, star hava, if the signatures are done in a Goyisha Bezdin, the halacha is that they're going to be kosher. You could still rely on them. Chutz me Gitin Hashem Shechuri Avadim. It's dafka by Gitin Hashem Shechuri Avadim that over there it's happening through the Eidei Chasima. So then it's puzzle. Reb Shimon Omer Af Elu Ksherim. He holds that even by Gitin Hashem Shechuri Avadim it's kosher, because he holds, the Gemara explains, like we're talking about that they're Eidim Mesir, and he holds like a Eliezer the Eidim Mesir Karti, and we're also talking about that those Eidim that signed on the get is very obvious that they're Goyim, so no one's going to come to rely on them. They have Shemus Mavakim, Goyish names, and therefore the only time it's going to be a problem is Bizman Shenasu Behedjit, if it was done in a Goyish court that's Hedjitis, but a Goyish court that are Ksherim, since they're Eidim Mesir that are Ksherim, we're going to rely on the Eidim Mesir, we're not going to rely on the Eidei Chasima. The Tanakama argued and holds that we're Goyzer Shemus Mavakim, Atu Shemus Ein Mavakim. Taizianta brings that down from the Ran. The Mishnah Vav. So Mishnah Vav now has a fourth case, according to Rameir, that Gitin Hashem Shechuri Avadim are going to have the same halacha. What's the case? Omer 10 get zel ishi. Someone tells a shliach to bring the get to his wife, or a shtar shecher zel avdi, and now the one who's giving it, the baal or the other, wants to be chayzer while it's still in the hand of the shliach. So the shaila is, did we say that no, the Eved or the Isha was already Zeichen and Mitam Zachan La'adam Shalei B'fanav? Rameir holds in both these cases, no, it's considered a Chayv, and therefore the Isha and the Eved were not Zeichen in it. It's considered a Chayv to go free, and therefore they're not Zeichen, and therefore the Baal or the Adam could be Chayzer. B'shneim Yachsa, Divir Rameir. The Chachamim Mayim, no, the Gitin Hashem, you're right, then you could be Chayzer, because that's a Chayv. Avaloi B'shchuri Avadim. It's a schus for an Eved to go free. Why? Because the Eved, anyhow, while he was a slave, the Adon didn't have to feed him, because the halacha is asayimi ve'einazancha. He could say, work for me and not feeding you. So therefore, he wasn't gaining anyhow by being owned by an Adon, so therefore it's a schus for him to go free. And therefore over there you would say that he can't be chayzer, because as soon as he gave it to the shliach, it says the Eved Kanani got it, and therefore he's already free. However, a wife, you have to feed your wife. So therefore, by going free, then she wouldn't have mezainis anymore, so then it's a chayv. Amar lehem, Rameir said, no, they're both the same thing. Both an Eved and the Isha are the same thing. The Eved would rather be in the hands of the Adon, because this way he got to eat Truma. So this would avad only be if the Adon is a Kayin. The Chacham said back, that has nothing to do with a schus. It's not because of a maila. It's only because he was owned by the kayin. Just like a behema of a kayin is able to eat karshine truma, and therefore when you free the slave, even though you happen to be losing out on feeding truma, that's not considered a chayiv for the eved. The last halacha in the Mishnah is another case where shechur avadim and get isha have the same halacha. And this is the halacha of in get lachar misa. He dies before it was given. The halacha is in get lachar misa leyidna lachar misa. But that's dafka by shechuri avadim gita isha. By mamanis, that would be the halacha. Tenu mana lishpoini umeis yidnu lachar misa. So the Gemara is that's designed either talking about a shchimera or it could be talking about a bari in a case of maimed shlashtan. In both of those cases, the Gemara Zatz Zayin has to be v'ushetziburim, it's piled up, but the halacha is that the shchimir alamaisa doesn't have to be piled up, and even though you said mana stam, we're not chayshish for a mana cover, meaning we're not chayshish that he was referring to a different coin which was buried, and we say that the coin that is here is the one that he wanted to give to the person, and he is going to be zeicha. The halacha is yitnu la'achar misa.